Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe my channel and like my videos. Please support and this help me to go on YouTube. Expel or love you all. The Awakening of Vengeance. In the heart of a dense forest, shrouded in an eternal mist, there lay an ancient burial ground forgotten by time. Amongst the crumbling tombstones and weathered mausoleums, there rested a tomb unlike any other, a tomb that held the remains of a being whose name had long been whispered in hushed tones by those who dared to speak of him. His name was Azazel, a ghost killer whose legend had been passed down through the ages. For millennia, his spirit had slumbered within the confines of his tomb, his restless soul bound by chains forged in the fires of vengeance. But now, after 10,000 years of darkness and solitude, Azazel stirred from his eternal sleep, his eyes blazing with an otherworldly light as he gazed upon the world above. He had been awakened by the whispers of the living, the echoes of their sins reaching even the depths of his ancient tomb. They spoke of a man, a wicked soul, who had committed unspeakable atrocities against the innocent. And as Azazel listened, a cold fury gripped his heart, driving him to seek out the one who had wronged him and exact his revenge upon him. With a silent vow to reclaim his honor, Azazel rose from his tomb, his spectral form drifting through the mist like a wraith. He moved with a purpose, guided by the whispers of the wind and the echoes of his own dark memories. Meanwhile, in a distant city, shrouded in darkness, a man named Ethan sat alone in his opulent mansion, his mind consumed by thoughts of power and greed. He had risen to prominence through deceit and manipulation, his hands stained with the blood of those who had dared to oppose him. But Ethan's reign of terror had not gone unnoticed by the spirits that lingered in the shadows. They whispered of his sins, their voices growing louder with each passing day until they reached the ears of Azazel himself. Filled with a righteous fury, Azazel descended upon Ethan's mansion like a vengeful specter, his eyes burning with the fires of hell itself. With a silent scream of rage, he materialized before Ethan, his ghostly form pulsing with malevolent energy. Ethan recoiled in terror at the sight of the ancient ghost killer, his heart pounding in his chest like a drum. He tried to flee, to escape the wrath of the vengeful spirit that hunted him, but Azazel was relentless, his spectral form moving with a speed and grace that defied the laws of nature. Cornered and desperate, Ethan pleaded for mercy, begging for his life in a voice choked with fear. But Azazel was deaf to his cries, his mind consumed by thoughts of revenge as he raised his spectral blade high above his head. And then, with a single swift stroke, he struck Ethan down, his blade slicing through the air with a sound like thunder. With a final scream of agony, Ethan fell to the ground, his lifeblood staining the cold marble floor. As the echoes of his death faded into the night, Azazel stood victorious, his thirst for revenge finally sated. But even as he faded back into the shadows from whence he came, he knew that his work was far from over. For there were other souls like Ethan, other evildoers who preyed upon the innocent with impunity. And as long as they continued to walk the earth, Azazel would be there, a silent guardian of justice, a ghost killer driven by an ancient thirst for vengeance.